Dennis Dodd here with the great Kyle Whittingham, coach at Utah. And coach, you got your 17th opener with the Utes. What are some of your favorite memories, I guess, from the previous 16? Because you won 13 of them.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I can't believe it's number 17. But I would say, as far as memorable ones, probably the first one against Arizona. That was my very first game as a head coach, and it was at our place, and we were fortunate to come out with a win. Back then, we were not in the Pac-12, so that was a big deal to us. We're a team that was not yet in the Power Five. I would say the Michigan game, probably in 15, was probably the second biggest highlight. That was they came to our place again. I think game day. I think College Game Day was there for that one, and we came away with a win, upset Michigan at home, and so that was probably the two most memorable games that come to mind.
That's great. And last year, kind of a surreal opener during COVID, an empty RiceEccles, a loss to USC. But now you go back, a remodeled RiceEccles. Fans are in there. It's been 21 and a half months since you had fans. What's it going to be like for that opener against Weber State?
It's going to be great. And we have a tremendous home field advantage here at Utah. And to not have that last year was, first of all, just plain weird. I mean, look around during the game and there's absolutely nobody in the stands. It was the strangest thing that's happened to me as a coach in my 30 plus years. But we're elated to get the fans back. The south end zone rebuild, I guess you could say, is phenomenal. It's the finishing touch to an already really good stadium, and it's going to make it even that much better. And we're up over 50,000, 51,444, I think is our capacity now. And the suites and the locker room and just everything we have, the restaurant we have in that south end zone complex is not only great for our players and for game day, but for recruiting. It's going to be a great recruiting tool for us.
Yeah, I can't imagine what Muss is going to be like back in the
Yes. They allotted, I think we're up to 7,000 tickets now. They allotted for the Muss, and we've sold every one of them. So the Muss will be rolling 7,000 strong this year, and can't wait for those guys. They are really the environment and the atmosphere at RiceEccles is driven by the Muss, and our band is outstanding as well. We didn't have our band last year, and so to get back to normal is going to be a great thing.
Love those guys and girls. You got Charlie Brewer in the transfer portal. Seemed to be a plug and play guy from Baylor, but the battle with Cam Rising went relatively late. What was it about Charlie that made you decide on him?
Well, first of all, he had the slide edge statistically. We look at completion percentage, touchdown to interception ratio, all the things that are tangible. He was the guy that had the slight edge, although it was very close. But what it came down to, not only that, but his experience. He's started nearly 40 games in Power 5 football and been in, I think it's 44 games altogether. And Cam, as talented as he is, really still is inexperienced, doesn't have much experience at all at the Division I level. And we just felt that even though they're two outstanding quarterbacks, the guy that gives us the best chance to win right now was Charlie Brewer.
Yeah, having watched Charlie Brewer up close a couple of years ago with Baylor and Matt Rule, you're getting a good one. I don't have to tell you that. He's
right.
Very, very good. You're going after your third South title in 4 years. You've got, in 2019, you had 7 players drafted, the entire secondary, got 18 starters back. Is this team comparable, do you think?
It is in a lot of ways, Dennis. Now, the one thing is we're much more youthful with this team, but as far as the talent level overall and the feel and the leadership, there's a lot of parallels, but we have 68, I believe, our 85 scholarships are freshmen or sophomores, and the vast majority of those are freshmen. And so it's a much younger team than in 19, but the talent level is very similar. We expect to have another, 6 to 8 or 9 guys drafted after this season. We had 0 last year because nobody declared. We had not one guy declare for the NFL draft, and therefore nobody got drafted. But we feel like we've done a good job recruiting, and the future looks bright, and we think we're going to be pretty formidable this year. We'll see what happens.
And you've been really successful in the portal. You got your starting tailback. You've got depth at receiver with Theo Howard. I think you told me you got 7 guys out of the portal. What was your philosophy on that?
Yeah, we felt like we had some needs that we could fill through the portal, and with the, it's such a I don't want to say easy fix, but you get guys that are experienced and they're eligible immediately. And with all that being said, we feel like we went 7 for 7. We've had them in our program now, and we feel like we hit on every one of them. Obviously, Charlie Brewer, 2 running backs, Chris Curry, TJ Pleasure, Theo Howard from Oklahoma. We've got guys on defense that are playing for us. Brandon McKinney, that is going to be starting for us, transfer from UW, and Josh Calvert, another transfer from UW at linebacker. And so we feel very good about the players we got out of the portal. They seem to have fit right in, made a seamless transition, and you'll see a lot of those guys this season.
Yeah, there's supposed to be so much upheaval with the transfer portal and one-time transfer. Have you gotten used to it? Is it just a matter of roster management, or did you have to? Is it still going to take some getting used to?
I think we're pretty settled in with it, and we've got a pretty good grasp, in our opinion, of how to manage it and how to handle it. One thing that is different than in the past is we got to keep recruiting your own guys that are on your roster, and so that is definitely one of the facets or dynamics of the portal. But it's been around for a few years now, and we feel like we're like I said, we've got a good handle on it. And really, if you look at the total net result, we feel we've benefited far more so than what we've lost in the portal.
Now, Nate Ritchie's out on a mission now at the safety position. What does that other safety position look like now with him out next to Vontae Davis?
Well, Brandon McKinney, like I mentioned, he's earned the starting job. There's 2 guys right behind those 2 that are pushing him. Kamoi Latu, a true freshman from Hawaii, is right behind Vontae Davis at the free safety spot. And Cole Bishop, our true freshman out of Georgia, has had a phenomenal fall camp, and you'll see him on the field as well at times behind Brandon McKinney at the strong safety spot.
That's good. And every time I see you, I like asking about your physicality, your team's physicality. I think of you guys, Stanford, Wisconsin, maybe a handful of others that really play to this level. Where did you get that from? It's kind of a simplistic question, but philosophically.
Yeah, well, couldn't really tell you the origin. I've just always believed as a football coach, if you can run the football effectively and stop the run on defense, you're going to be in it every single week. And it stemmed from my defensive coordinator and my defensive background. If you can turn a team one-dimensional and say, hey, you can't run the ball, you have to throw it, then you've got a huge advantage. And just the transverse of that, from us offensively, if we can run the ball, that opens up everything else, the play action game and so forth. And so that to me is, although the throw game has become more prevalent and is becoming more prevalent every year, we're adjusting accordingly, and hopefully we're more efficient throwing the ball this year. But it still starts with physicality up front, winning the line of scrimmage, and that is manifest no greater than being able to run the ball and stuff the run on defense.
That's why we love watching Utah football. Okay, finally, what kind of things are in effect, I guess, this week, memorializing Ty Jordan, the tragic death in December?
Yeah, we've got quite a few things that we're going to do, not only this week, but throughout the course of the season. Don't want to play the spoiler. A lot of it is for our fans on game day and to unveil what we're going to do to honor him. But we'll have we have a Ty Jordan Scholarship Fund. We'll announce the recipient of that prior to the game this week. We have some in-game tributes to Ty and his family. We also have some things inside the stadium that'll be permanent fixtures. And so there's going to be a lot of ways that we're going to remember Ty.